What's happening, people? So last video was talking about how Rust could be in trouble with Rust Mobile, and not because Rust Mobile is going to have more sales than Rust Console, but for the fact that it will sort of make Rust Console look bad in terms of the updates and the development for the game, if obviously everything runs smoothly for Rust Mobile. And then one of my community posts, I said I need your views and experiences. What is wrong with Rust Console at the moment? Is it invalids, blue screening, lag, frame rate? What is happening to Rust Console that you would like to see covered in a video to potentially get fixed? Comment below. Got a lot of comments to go through. Thank you to everyone that put their comments in that post as well. But one thing I want to put up on screen now is when I go on to X or Twitter, there's just so much negativity surrounding Rust Console everywhere I go. And this is what I'm seeing on Twitter. Basically, I only go on Twitter to see what Rust has been posting, or Double 11 have been posting about RCE. And these are the type of comments I'm reading. So Tiny Tim said in response to the Valentine's skin post that Rust Console put on their Twitter, basically the only thing that Rust really posts on their Twitter, Rust Console, is skins. And there was a lot of backlash as well. Pretty much most posts they do, there's a lot of backlash. And Tiny Tim said this surrounding the Valentine's skins and linking it to the most recent devlog, saying, hey, remember this, I know soon is a subjective or relative term, but this announcement was 2 weeks ago. Any chance you could communicate with your community for a change? That important announcement basically saying, we understand you're looking or waiting for a roadmap and a big update. It's all being worked on as you read this. We hear you. Rest assured we've got some exciting news to share with you soon. Now, before I go into all the comments you guys had posted on my community tab, I just want to go in on this for a minute because I want this game to do really well. And I don't have fun talking negatively because this is a game that I create content on, both on TikTok and YouTube, and it's not really healthy to talk about something so negative all the time. But Rust Console really makes that easy because it's not doing a lot of positive things at this moment in time. Everything is so vague with this game right now, because you look at the important announcement and it says we've got some exciting news to share with you soon. Why can't we get a definitive answer on when these updates are going to fucking come for us to read or to talk about, theorize, or maybe just have a bit of fun? All we're getting is share with you soon, this and that. And I tried to reach out to any of the Double 11 staff, and I tried to say, you could do a countdown, or you could do this, you could do that, and I just get nothing. I just get absolutely nothing, and I don't know who is in charge of letting certain people speak to their community, but it's really troubling to see that there's absolutely zero communication with Double 11 and their community. It doesn't look good for the game. It makes the game feel as if it's going under. It makes as if that RCE is doing really bad. We don't know the sales or anything like that. We know there's a lot of players still playing the game, but it's been 4 to 5 months since we had a proper content update. And at this point, as I want the game to do really well, despite the shit that I've had come from Double 11 in terms of me getting banned for something that loads of other people are still playing the game and they did the same thing. I want this game to do well, and there's just fuck all between us and them in terms of communication. I could really go on for years talking about this, but we're going to get into the community posts and your comments on what I said, what is wrong with Rust Console at the moment. But just food for thought, I really hope that there's something for us to go by in the next month or so. I think at the end of February, we're going to be getting this roadmap and it's going to be hype, but I'm still going to be pissed off that we've had zero communication and we're just left to, you know, do nothing. So the first comment I'm going to be looking at is from Loggy K. He says, lack of communication, cheating devices, and old gen holding the game back. And this is pretty much summing up what most of the people are going to be saying within this. And he is very much right. The lack of communication I've already ranted about. The cheating devices, it's not going to get any better anytime soon. And old gen holding the game back. I mean, I don't know where else to go with that, because the cheating devices, only the anti-cheat can deal with that. Are we going to be getting one anytime soon? I doubt it, because how are they going to try and find out these cheating devices? How are they going to suss out the players that are using these? It's going to be very hard. And I don't think they might have the financial backing for it. And again, I don't think it's something of a priority since it's not really been spoken about that much. I know they want to keep it under wraps, but that's just my opinion. The Doc Gonzo says, number 1, Invalids. Tired of losing fights and seeing that BS in the log when most of the time it causes the loss. And secondly, content. Again, all of these I totally agree with. Invalids is unfortunately something that isn't going to be not in the game. It's always going to be there, depending on what servers you're playing. If you're in the UK and you're playing Australian servers, of course you're going to get invalids, but if you're in the UK or in the EU and you're playing EU servers, yeah, that's when it becomes sort of a problem, especially if you're playing on an Ethernet cable, which I do. I would strongly suggest anyone to buy an Ethernet cable and play it that way. Basically takes out all the chances that you'll get invalids, but you can still get invalids, would just be from the other player. So again, a lot of these reasons is why I don't really play the game that much anymore. P. Traz says, the problem with Rust console right now is the massive loss of players that are on random, terrible custom servers. Most servers are boring and have people joining for a second and leaving. Unless it's a 3km map, you won't find anyone. Zim and Zen need a detection so console can get back to console, and PlayStation 5 needs its own version, or new gen I would say. So yeah, community servers is a big problem in the sense that you're not playing Rust at its core, and I guess that's what we wanted, but it didn't really, it kind of killed off how you played the game. When you played Rust, you were playing Rust. You had to dedicate a certain amount of time and you had to play the game the way it was intended to. Community servers basically nullifies all of what you should be doing and playing the game for. We have this comment from Proof of XP saying community server administrators should have the ability to disable wired and remote play controller inputs. This measure would help eliminate the use of third-party cheating devices like Zim and Cronus, etc. Also, I somewhat agree that yeah, you should be able to, although I do even think that admins would abuse that as well to just their community. I think the problem with the cheating issue that this game has is the fact that it's been going on for so long and there hasn't been enough bans, there hasn't been enough regulation for it, and the more people that have invested in these devices is that most of them are probably playing community servers, I'm not going to lie to you. And so in turn, let's say the community server admins are gaining money from their community, why would they then go and ban those very players that are playing their community server? Most of the people, I wouldn't say most, but there's a lot of players that are using these devices playing on community servers, and you know, admins like to have a big community and 100 pop consistently as much as they can. So while they then cut that in half because of people using wired controllers, whether they be actually legit or Zim or Zen, because then they'll just move to their competitors or other servers and then they'll lose pop. So in my opinion, it's Double 11's problem to solve, in all truth. And I think it's gone far too south for that sort of thing you're talking about to happen. To end it on a high note, we have Kanye Brooks 8037 saying everything, and that pretty much sums up everyone's reactions to this. You can go on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere that, you know, Rust console is on in terms of social media platforms, and it's just downright negative because there's no communication between us or Double 11 and its community, even if it says we'll have one at the end of the month. Because let's think of it, roadmaps within dev blogs, so why not just say at the end of February? Or they have a countdown. I suggested that to Rustzilla, that they should have a countdown, and obviously got no response. Even a simple no, we can't do that would suffice. Like, they just leave you high and dry. It's really annoying, and I don't see it getting any better, I'm not going to lie to you, unless they come out with some reasoning for this. They've been on other projects or they haven't had the backing for this game. It would be really nice to see where their heads are at. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you view Rust console at this moment in time? I think, in my opinion, it's the worst it's ever been. And I've had some pretty stale times playing this game, mind you. But this is like 4 months without a huge content update, apart from the quality of life, small details. You know, it's not good enough in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of other people can agree. Get your comments in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy, or leave a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you're new around here, and as always, see you in the next one. Take care.